Hello dear aspirant. From today onwards, we are going to start subject by subject daily 1 hour RRB JE preparation. Yesterday, my seniors Ramesh Sir and Abhishek Sir gave you brief knowledge about RRB JE. They told you about the weightage, about the uh, exam preparation strategy and everything. From today onwards, I am going to start C language. Every day you will get one faculty and they will teach you one subject for 1 hour. And from this 1 hour video, you will get some brief idea that what you can expect in the exam and how should you prepare. So let me tell you about C language. C language weightage is 8 to 10% in the exam. In RRB JE exam, C language weightage is 8 to 10%. So now I hope you understood that C language is very important for RRB JE exam. 8 to 10% is not very small, because if you see the RRB JE syllabus, it is huge. But in RRB JE, they are not expecting you to study in depth. They check breadth of knowledge, not the depth of knowledge. Fine. So let me introduce myself. I am Viomesh Sir. I have completed my BTech from Engineering College Bikaner. I have cleared GATE with 99.08 percentile. After that, I have completed my MTech from Delhi Technological University, Delhi. And right now, I am pursuing my PhD from NSIT, Delhi, which is part of Delhi University. So now, let's start C language. What you can expect in today's video. In today's video, I am going to tell you what is the syllabus. Fine. First, you need to know what is syllabus. After that, we will take some previous year questions, and based on questions, we will understand the concept. And once we understand the concept, then we again solve 2 or 3 more questions. Fine. So let's see. First of all, what is the syllabus? Basics of C. In basics of C or basics of any programming language, itself is a very huge term, because here they expect you must understand that what is C language, how it evolved, which category it comes from, like first generation programming language, second generation structured programming language, third generation, fourth generation, and etc. etc. Fine. And what kind of variable we use, what is the naming rules, what are like keywords in C language. So these are expectation in the basic. After that, we have control statements. In control statements, we study if else, switch, loops. Fine. And then pointers. Pointers, they ask very basic of the pointer, not very depth in the pointer. Then function. In the function, we will study parameter passing techniques and recursion. Apart from that, they will ask array as well as array and character array. That means arrays and string. Arrays and string. Fine. Storage classes. What do you mean by the storage classes? Storage classes means what is the storage or what is the memory visualization of C program. But they don't go in depth. They just ask about auto variable, local variable, global variable, and static variable. And that too very basic. So you need not to go in depth again. Fine. Next is structured and union. And last is files. So that is the syllabus. And in the basic, you can separate one topic, operators. I consider it as a basics of C language, but some of the student will like it as a different topic. So I mention it as a different topic, operators. Fine. And to understand C language, you can refer to book, either C programming language by none other than Dennis Ritchie, or Let Us See by Yashwant Kanetkar. But I won't suggest you to read all the books, because we have to optimize our preparation strategy. Optimization means we have to give limited number of hours or less number of hours to gain maximum marks. And how can you get the maximum marks? You can get the maximum marks by following our videos and our course. You already know that ACE Engineering Academy had launched RRB JEE preparation course for everyone. So you can follow that course, you can purchase that course and start your preparation. So I would strongly recommend you, don't waste your time just to find out the resources, because most of the time people waste so much of time just to find out the resources. They go to YouTube, they go various websites on Google, but it spends so much time, it consumes your energy. So it would be better follow one course and prepare your strategy that you are going to give 3 to 4 hours per day or whatever your strategy is. Fine. Complete as many subjects as possible. Don't go in the depth, because I have already told you that in RRB JEE they are going to check your breadth of knowledge, not the depth of knowledge. Like in GATE, there are 65 questions in 3 hours. That means they are going to ask the questions which requires your analytical skills, your logical skills, and they will check your depth of the subject. But in RRB JEE, what happens? They ask you to solve 150 questions and give you only 120 minutes or less. Fine. That means they cannot ask the question which requires so much depth of knowledge. Fine. So again, I would suggest you, please study as many subjects as possible and try to gain breadth of knowledge. Okay. So syllabus we have seen. Now let's start. My first question. Language like C, Fortran and COBOL are example of first generation, third generation, second generation, fourth generation. Now, what is the answer? Answer is third generation. Now you might be thinking, sir, we don't know about it. Don't worry. We will see the question. Based on the question, we will study the concept, and once we study the concept, we will solve next question. Fine. Okay. So first of all, what is first generation language? First generation programming language is nothing but machine level language. And machine level language, that means it is a 0-1. So in the world, you can count people, I think not more than 3 digit, not more than 100 people who can understand the machine level language. Machine level language is very hard to execute. Fine. It is very hard to find out the error there. There will be so many complications because everything in 0 and 1. So what happened? After first generation, second generation language comes, and here it is called assembly language. Fine. Assembly language, and here we use so many symbols or mnemonics to represent our code of 0, 1. Then third generation language comes into the picture. That means our C language, Fortran, comes into the picture. Fine. These are high level language, contains easy to read. Fine. That means these languages are more or less like human language. Human language, which human language? We use English. So they are more or less equivalent to English. So you can understand. For example, printf. What is printf? Print is a normal sentence in English where you want to print something. Fine. So printf is closely related, or you can understand when someone is saying, okay, printf, that means we need to print something. Fine. Okay. So programming language in high level language, and then with the help of compiler, we convert it into low level language and execute it. Look, your programming language can be in high level, low level language or middle level language, but computer only understand what? Computer understand only machine level language. So we need compiler. Fine. In C, we use compiler, yes or no? So our C language Fortran comes into the third generation language. Fine. Next is fourth generation language. These are languages that consist of statements that are similar to statements in the human language. Fine. Earlier also what more or less like a human language. But here we are making it more easy. For example, SQL. SQL is one of the example. Fine. SQL, MATLAB and Python. Sometimes Python comes into the fourth language, sometimes Python comes into the fifth language because it is evolving very fast. Fine. Next is fifth generation language. What is fifth generation language? Fifth generation languages are the languages that have visual tools to develop a program. Example of fifth generation language includes Mercury, OPS and Prolog. Fine. But guys, I have seen the previous year question paper and most of the time they only they are going to ask you third generation programming language, which means they will ask you from where C belong. Fine. Next question. C is an assembly language, third generation language, machine language, all of above. We just studied the concept and you can see this question again comes in 2014. So we can answer that. Answer B, it is third generation high level language. Got it? Okay. Structure programming code include. Now you might be thinking, sir, structure programming code, I don't know it. So don't worry. We solve one question. After that, we will study the concept. Then we will take another question based on the same concept like structure programming language. Fine. Sequencing, iteration or all of these. Answer is all of these. So let's see what is structure programming language. Structure programming is a programming paradigm aimed at improving the clarity, quality and development time of a computer program by making extensive use of structured control flow constructs. Structured control flow we are going to use for example selection like if, then, else, switch. Fine. Repetition like while and for. Block structured like we do in the brackets, we write in the brackets, and subroutines. Fine. It means that code will execute the instruction by instruction one after another in sequence. So that's how our answer of previous question is all of above. I hope you understood this part. Is it clear? Okay. Next. A structure program do not include. C. Read it very carefully. It has selection, it has loop, it has block structure, it follows sequence. Fine. So let's see. Loops, do while statement is nothing but loop, all of the above. So these two are same. So what it does not have? It had loops, it had do while loop. So all of above is not possible. So answer should be go to statements. Answer should be go to statement. Guys, if you have any query, you can ask or you can message or comment directly. We can reply from live session. It is a live session. So you can ask questions. I will check on YouTube and give you the answer. Fine. So answer is B. Let me check the YouTube if anyone is asking any questions. Let me see. Okay, I think I have not received any message till now. Okay, fine. So answer is B. So again, we have seen this part. Fine. Now, it means that code will execute the instruction by instruction one after another. A structure programming language left out GoTo. When scientist was preparing the concept of a structure programming language, at that time, they said we should not take GoTo because of GoTo, we could jump at any stage. So it is not a very controlled way to execute the program. So that's why GoTo is not part of most of programming languages. But C was building that time and many of the scientists opposed that GoTo should be part of programming language. So in C language has GoTo statement, but most of the programming language, structure programming language does not have GoTo. So answer is GoTo. GoTo is not part of structure programming language. Fine. The computer code for interchange of information between terminals. Answer is ASCII code. ASCII. Fine. So there are so many questions based on ASCII code in various exams, not in RRB, JEE, in various exams. Fine. Like ISRO, NEELIT, BARC. So let's see what is ASCII code. Fine. ASCII code stands for, even the full form has been asked in the exam, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which is an encoding system for information. Fine. Look, we have 4 options, so let me tell you about each and every options. Fine. Next is EBCIDC is extended binary coded decimal interchange code, which is 8-bit, character encoding used mainly by the IBM only. Fine. ASCII is 7-bit representation. Look, there is an extended version of ASCII which support 8-bit, but original ASCII was 7-bit. Fine. Now BCD, binary coded decimal. So BCD interchange code or BCDIC is a family of representation of numerals. Numerals means numbers, uppercase, Latin letters, and control character as 6-bit character. So first one is 7-bit, 8-bit, 6-bit character codes. Fine. Unlike later encoding such as ASCII, BCD codes were not standardized. They are not standardized, so we cannot use it with every computer. Fine. ASCII code can be utilized. And what about the EBCDIC? It is only used by the IBM. Fine. And they are 8-bit. Therefore, computer code for the interchange of the information between terminals is ASCII. ASCII is used. Fine. Which of the following codes needs 7-bit to represent a character? We just talk about it. Answer is ASCII code. Fine. Most of the time, if they are talking about so many coding techniques or information interchange technique, answer is most of the time, not all the time, most of the time ASCII. Fine. So American Standard Code is a 7-bit. Fine. That means we can represent 2 power 7 different characters, letters, numbers, etc. Fine. So ASCII is a 7-bit encoding scheme. That's why there are unique 128 or 2 power 7. It is 2 power 7 alphabets, numbers, and special symbols and control codes are used in characters. What is the size of character? 2 power 7. Fine. Okay. Next, let's talk about our next topic, which is operator. In C language, what are those operators and why do we use it? Compare to numerical value, combine to numeric value, compare to Boolean values, combine to Boolean values. Now, many of you might be thinking, sir, compare and combine, but we normally use between the conditions. Fine. So that means we normally use it between the relational expression. Like we write like if A double equal to 10 and B double equal to 5, isn't it? Same way, instead of and, we can use or. What is this? These are logical operator. Logical and logical or operator. Fine. So they are logical and operator which are used to combine, to Boolean value. Now you might be thinking, sir, why Boolean value? Why not numeric? We can write like if 5 and 20. We can also write like this. But why I use the Boolean term? Because and or, you can use either and or, they just check if our both the, what we can say, operand, both the operand are true or false. They just check if they are true or false. So 5 is considered as true, 20 is also considered as true, so answer is true. Fine. In that case, we don't know the value of A and B, so I cannot tell you right now. Fine. So answer is D, combine 2 Boolean values. Combine 2 Boolean values. Is it okay? Okay. Let me see if there is any comment. Let me see once. I hope you are going to ask any questions. I'm getting ad. Okay. I got one question, sir. Do EC students are eligible for RRB JE? They are eligible, but I don't know about they are eligible for computer science or not. So you need to check once. Next is, hi sir, there any student material book for RRB JE preparation from ACE Academy? Yes, Parathishwar. ACE Engineering Academy has launched the course as well as book for RRB JE preparation, and I would strongly recommend you to follow RRB JE ACE program. That is very optimized program. With the help of our course, your preparation will be very optimized. You will not have to waste so much time to uh, search or explore what is the previous year questions, what are the books we need to study, or which website we need to study, or many YouTube channels, which just waste your time most of the time. Fine. So our course is also very pocket friendly. It is not very expensive. So I would suggest you take the course and our books, both. Books, in the books, we are providing all previous year questions to you. Fine. And some practice questions as well. So please follow our courses for RRB JE preparation. Fine. Okay. So logical operators, they are used to combine two or more conditions and constraint, or to complement the equation of the original condition under the consideration. Let's talk about logical and logical OR. In the logical AND, both the condition of both the operator must be true, then only you will get the answer true. In logical OR, if any of the operator is true, you will get the answer true. Fine. Same way there is a logical NOT. What it does? NOT hai. So you know it will change. It will change whatever we are getting. Fine. So let me show you one thing first. Okay. How to do it? Okay. So that is AND operator, that is OR operator. Let's see what kind of output we can get. If we have two operand, so what can we expect from it? If A0, B0, what will be happen? Now you might be thinking, sir, what is AND? That means it is nothing but A and B, and it is A or B. That is logical OR, that is logical AND. So 0, 0, answer 0, answer 0. 0, 1, that means A is 0, B is 1. In that case, our this answer and answer is 0, or answer is 1, or answer is 1. If it is 1, 0, that means A is 1, B is 0. Look, we are taking only Boolean expression. Fine. So if A is 1, B is 0, in that case also AND will give answer 0, but OR will give us answer 1. And if both are 1, then only we will get the answer 1 in case of logical AND, but in case of logical OR, in that case, if any of them is true, we will get the answer 1. Now again you might be thinking, so what will happen if instead of 1 we are giving any negative number or any positive number like -3 and 7. Fine. It will give us the answer 1. That means true. If I am going to execute this condition, this will be treated as true. Why? Because -3 is non-zero, that means true. It will be considered as 1. 7 is also non-zero, that means it is true. It will be considered as 1. Fine. So answer will be 1 for this expression. Fine. That's why I am using the term operator rather than relational expression, because logical operators normally or mostly are used to combine two relational expression, or we normally apply logical operator in between two relational expression. But what is the actual task? To combine two or more Boolean. Fine. Okay. Let's see. We have seen that. Okay. Now, which of the following are unary operators? Not, size of, again this is not, and. We just have seen that it is logical and it requires two operand. So this is not the answer. Size of, we write size of integer, size of a, size of b, size of c, size of any variable name. Fine. So it need only one operand. Not will negate the value. Fine. It is bitwise operator which require only one variable. So it is also unary, and this not is also unary. Fine. So answer is D, 1, 2, 3. Got it? So let's understand, or let's discuss unary operator in detail. Let me see if there is any other comment now. Okay, let me see. Live chat. Okay. Welcome, Parathishwar. Okay. So a unary operator is an operator used to operate on a single operand. It doesn't require two operand like a arithmetic operators. It required only single operand. Fine. So based on the single operand, it performs some operations. Let's see type of unary operator. First is unary minus. What unary minus does? It will change the sign. It will just change the sign. If we use increment plus plus, either pre or post, fine, it will increment the variable by value 1. Fine. Same way there is a decrement pre and post. In that case, it will decrement the value by 1. Next is not operator. It is unary as well as logical not. Fine. It is used to reverse the given condition. For example, if the operand is true, the logical not operator reverse and return false. And if it is false, it will return the true. Fine. Address of. We use address of in the scan. Scanf percent d and address of variable name. Fine. So address operator is also unary operator where we use only one variable name. Fine. In size of operator, it is also unary operator where we give only one operand. It will give the size of either any variable or constant or any data type. Fine. And is a logical operator. We have just seen it. When both the expression, both the operand are true, then only it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Now, which one is the assignment operator? Which one it is? Tell me. Answer is equal to. Equal to is used to assign the value. It assigns the value right hand value into left hand variable. Fine. So there are some more assignment operator. First is equal to, then plus equal to, then minus equal to, then multiply equal to, divide equal to, mod equal to, etc. There are so many assignment operators, and it has the second lowest priority in all the operators. Fine. Now you might be thinking, sir, what term did you use just? Priority. What is priority? So I am going to tell you priority very soon, maybe in the next question or next to next question. But if you are very serious about this job, I would again suggest you to take our course and start your preparation from now onwards. Don't waste your time. Fine. Time is money. Fine. And this time you can spend this time for the preparation, not just exploring more and more. Fine. The assignment operator assigns the value of its right hand side to the left hand operand, which must be variable. Fine. So, okay, next question. What is the associativity of the arithmetic operators? Now you might be thinking of what do you mean by the associativity? That's why I am telling you guys. That is very basic question, very basic. If you are struggling to answer these kind of questions, so I would suggest don't waste your time. Follow ACE Academy RRB JEE preparation course. that would help you a lot. That would help you a lot. And you know, RRB is very important for your career, for your job. Fine, if you get the job in RRB, career is set, isn't it? And ACE Academy can contribute in your career. We have experience of last 25, more than 25 years. Fine. So we could help you a lot. So please follow our course. So answer of this is left to right. Assignment, arithmetic operators associativity is left to right. Fine. That means if two operators have the same priority, in that case, we will solve left one first, then right one. Now you might be thinking, sir, you are again using the term priority, but I am not familiar with the priority. Okay, let me tell you. Priority or precedence, both are the same thing, of operators in C dictates the order in which operators will be evolved. For example, if there I have to solve 3 multiply 2 plus 5 minus 8, and that is divided by 16. Fine. Now, how should we solve it? How should we solve it? First, we check which operator has the highest priority. Which operator has the highest priority? Multiply and divide has the highest priority 1. Multiply and divide has the highest priority 1 in all the arithmetic operators. In all the arithmetic operators, multiply, divide and mod operator has the highest priority 1 and associativity left to right. That means first I need to solve these operators. Now multiply and divide both are there. Which should we solve first? I need to solve left one first. So answer is 2 minus 3 multiply 2 plus 5. Now some of you might be thinking, now we should solve 2 minus 3. No. Plus minus priority is less than this. So first I need to solve higher priority operators. That means multiply. So answer is 2 minus 6 plus 5. Now plus and minus has the same priority. So first I will solve left one because our associativity is left to right. So that is minus 4 plus 5. So our answer is 1. I hope you got my point. Fine. Okay. So an arithmetic operators perform mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction and so. We have used the precedence. Precedence means we set the priority. Multiply, divide and mod has the higher priority than plus minus. Fine. And associativity tells us when there are more than one. That means 2 or more operators are there in the expression with the same priority. In that case, associativity tells us that either we need to solve left to right or right to left. Now you might be thinking, sir, plus, minus, multiply, divide, mod, all operations have the left to right. So where we use right to left associativity, there are very few operators which use right to left. For example, equal to use right to left. For example, if I am writing A equal to B equal to 5 and before that I am writing int A comma B equal to 2. Fine. Now it has what? Right to left. Equal to operator has associativity right to left. Fine. So that means first 5 value will go into B. It is right one? Yes or no? It is right or not? So first B will become 5 and after that value of B will go in A. That means A and B both will become 5. If we solve it from left to right, what will happen? Current value of B, which was 2 initially. 2 will go in A, then 5 will go in B. But it doesn't happen in C language. We follow right to left in assignment operators, where in arithmetic operators, binary bitwise operator, What do we use? We use left to right. Fine. Now let's solve this expression. Look, we just studied this what concept based on our previous question, and now based on this concept we are going to solve next one. 2 plus 18 divided by 4. Tell me what is the answer? Many of you might be thinking, sir, why you wrote answer 5? Why you wrote answer B? Why not answer in a point? Because all are integers. When operation is performed between integer, then answer is also integer. Fine. There is a term called typecasting comes into the picture. I would suggest you to study typecasting or follow our course, and our course will help you to clear the exam. Fine. So 2 plus 18 by 4 minus 1. 18 by 4 is 4. 4 folds are 16. Now you might be thinking, no sir, it is 4.5. No. Both are integers, so answer will also be integer. So that is 4 minus 1 plus 2. Divide at the highest priority, so that's why I solved divide first. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 minus 1, 5. So answer is 5. Got it? Let me explain you again. Let me explain you bitwise operator. Fine. So what is bit? Okay, before bitwise there is a question. The operator AND is example of. Now you might be thinking, sir, it is a logical operator, isn't it? We just use logical AND, but there is a difference. Fine. This is bitwise operator. This is bitwise operator, not logical operator. How? Let me tell you only about AND. Bitwise AND is single ampersand sign or whatever sign do you call it. Fine. In logical we use 2 times. Fine. So there both are known as AND, but it is bitwise and it is logical. Fine. Okay. AND is a bitwise operator, compares binary values of 2 operand. That means it performs the operation bit by bit. For example, here you can see this is my number 6 and this is my number 5 in the binary form. Fine. Now when I am applying this operation, fine, let me show you. 6 is nothing but 0, 1, 1, 0, and 5 is 0, 1, 0, 1. Fine. So now I am solving 6 and 5. Fine. In AND both must be 1, then only I will get the answer 1. So 0, 1, 1 or 0, 0. Both operand must be 1, then only it will give the answer 1. So 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and this is again 0. So this is nothing but what? It is 4. I hope you know decimal to binary number conversion or binary number conversion to decimal. If you don't know, again I would suggest you to follow RRB JE ACE Academy course. Fine. So bitwise operators are different than logical AND operator. In our course I have explained it in very detail. Fine. Which might be required in either RRB JE exam or you might target some other exam also in the future. So this course will help you not only to crack RRB JE but also other exams as well. Fine. Okay. Which of the following cannot be checked? Look, we have studied basics. Fine. Then we cover the topic operator. Then I use the term typecasting also. Fine. So these 3 are covered. Now I am jumping to our conditional control statement. Conditional control is if else, switch, and loops are also conditional. Why? Because in every loop we check some condition. Fine. So which of the following cannot be checked in the switch case statement? Character, integer, float, enum. Now you might be thinking only integer can be checked in the switch. So answer should be integer. No, answer is float. Answer is float. Look, character, integer and enum all are integral data type. Why? Because character is associated with ASCII value of any character, and ASCII value is nothing but integer. Enum is also integer value where you associate some integer number to some name. Fine. If you don't know the enum, again follow our course. We will explain it in very detail. Fine. So a float expression cannot be tested using switch. The expression can check integral data type, which is integer, character and enum. So in the switch you can use integer, character and enum. Now based on that, they can ask the new question as well, like in switch, can we check relational expression apart from any relational expression like greater than, less than, etc.? No, we cannot check. Fine. Okay, now see this question. The value of n after executing the following code, what would be the answer? Think and solve it by your own. Let me see the comment if there is any. Let me see. Okay, there is no new comment. Okay. So, look. In switch, first we jump into the matching case. Our n is 15. So, with this, we will directly jump to this case. N equal to n minus 2. So, n becomes 13. N becomes 13. Fine. Now, you might be thinking, sir, answer should be 13. No. After this, there is no break statement. If there is no break statement, we will also execute all the remaining cases unless until we get break. So what it says n equal to n plus 18. That means 13 plus 18, which will become 31. So answer is 31. So these kind of basic questions will be asked in your RRBJ exam and you might make mistakes there. Fine. That's why I am telling you to follow our course. Fine. So see, all the statements following a matching case execute until a break statement is reached. Fine. So that's why we are going to execute both the cases. Initially n equal to 5. So case 15 will be executed. That means n will become 13. And after that, please note there is no break statement. What will happen? Next case will also be executed. That means n equal to n plus 18. So answer is 31. I hope you got it. Okay. In C programming, which of the following loop you explicitly break out of the loop by executing the break statement? Okay. So in which loop we can use break statement? All of above. We can use break statement either in loop or switch. We cannot use break statement in if else. If with the help of break, we can go directly outside the body of loop or switch. Fine. So loop statement execute the sequence of statement many times until the stated condition becomes false. Fine. The break is a loop control statement which is used to terminate the loop as soon as break statement is encountered within a loop. Fine. Okay. Our next question. In C language, a break statement. Look, just I explained something to you and it comes in the next question. In C language, the break statement is used to exit from a do loop, for loop, a switch statement, all of above. Break statement can be used in any kind of loop. That means do while, for, while loop, or all of above. It might be do while. It might be a typing mistake. So answer is all of above. Fine. So break keyword can be used only either in the loop or switch, and it will take you outside the body of loop and switch. Fine. Okay. Which of the following C statement will not create an infinite loop? Let's talk about syntax. Now you might be thinking, sir, it is error. Many of you might be thinking, sir, it is an error. Fine. These kind of questions makes difference where either you will get selected or not. That's why you need proper guidance to clear the exam, and that guidance you can take from ACE Engineering Academy. We have 25 plus year of experience. We have produced IES first ranker, GATE first ranker, RRB JE, many of our aspirants are selected. Fine. So you should follow our course. Fine. Answer is D. Answer is not D. This is incorrect. Answer is B. How answer is B? Look, if you notice in the loop, in the for loop, first part is initialization, then condition, then tell me, then update. Fine, let me tell you again. In the for, first part is initialization, then condition, then update. Fine. So if it is always true, then our loop will always going to execute. Now comes back to our question. One is considered as true, one is considered as true, one is considered as true. So it is always true. If it is always true, that means it is infinite loop. So we will get the non-infinite loop only in the option B. Fine. So here you can see only in the option B, where for 101 our condition is already 0. That means loop of the body will never be executed. We will directly go outside the loop. Fine. So answer is B. Fine. Okay. Next. Which of the following is an unconditional control structure? We are talking about not conditional, unconditional. If else, in the if we write the condition, and else is always related to if. That means if else is conditional statement. In for, we have just seen that we are writing condition. Fine. Do while, again we write the condition. Go to. In go to, we never write any condition. So answer is go to. Answer is go to. Is it clear? Okay. Let me tell you one more thing about the previous question. If I write if 5 and here I am writing printf RRB JE, else printf new. Look, you might be thinking, sir, it is not a condition. It is a condition. And 5 is considered as non-zero. So condition is true, you will print RRB JE. If I write -5, again it will print RRB JE. Why? Because non-zero, all the non-zero, either positive or negative, are considered as true values. Fine, true expression. Okay. Condition statement in C programming are for, while, do, while, if, else, switch. Fine. So I hope you understood my point. Go to are unconditional. Fine. Even in the break, we do not write any condition. Continue, we do not write any condition. Return, we do not write any condition. Fine. Dividing a program into functions makes the program easier to conceptualize, may reduce the size of the program. Both of these, none of these. What should be the answer? Answer is both of above, both of these. Why? Let's see function property. By using function, we can avoid rewriting the same code or same logic again and again. Fine. We can call function any number of times in a program and from any place in the program. Is it or not? Fine. Next, it may reduce the size of the program. For example, suppose there are 10 lines of code. Fine. That 10 line of code, you are utilized various places in your program. Fine. Not continuously. Again and again, but not continuously. Fine. So that 10 line of code you can write in your program. Suppose 10 times. So your program will be 10 multiplied by 10, 100 line of code. But if those 10 line of code are part of one function, then every time you just need to call that function. Calling the function requires one line, and that function itself is a 10 line. So your code, instead of 100 line, it will become 20 line of code. Fine. Next, use of function enhances the readability of the program. How? Because less line of code, so readability is easy. Fine. Second thing, tracking the program is quite easy. Finding out the error is quite easy. Why? Because suppose in those 10 lines which you need to write again and again, you just copy paste it every time. What happened? In those 10 lines, you find out 2 errors. So what you need to do? You need to write every time, you need to modify all the code again and again. If you are writing those 10 line of code in a function, you just need to modify your function. You need not to modify whole program again and again. Fine. So these are the properties or feature of function. Fine. Based on that, they might ask some new question. Fine. The variable that can be accessed by all modules in a program. That means all modules means all the function can access a particular variable. Then what kind of that variable? Either local, global, static, auto, register. Tell me which one. Answer is global variable. Answer is global variable. Fine. A variable that is declared outside the function or a block is called global variable. Any function that can access the global variable. Any of the function in the program can access the global variable. Life of the global variable is throughout the program. Scope of the global variable is throughout the program. You can pause the video and read all those statements. Fine. There are many questions based on the static variable. Static variable life sits throughout the program, but scope is within the function. That means it cannot be accessed by any other function. The first element of the string is the name of the string, the first character in the string, the length of the string, and the name of the array holding the string. What is the answer? That is the simplest question. Answer is the first character in the string. Fine. So string can be defined as one-dimensional character array which is terminated by null. For example, if I am writing Ace Academy, it will be stored like this, even though I am not mentioning null itself, but it is in double quote. That means it is a string. So it is terminated by null. So what is the first character of your string? It is the first character. Fine. So string always starts from first character of the string. It do not store the name of the string or size of the string. The smallest element of the array index is called lower bound, upper bound, range, or extraction. Answer is lower bound, or sometimes we call it lower index. Fine. Okay. Now next is array terminology, because we are using one term lower bound, so I need to tell you what are different terminology we use. So this is your array. Fine. This is my array. So starting address of array is known as the base address of array. Fine. Then size of the element can be different based on the data type. Fine. Then lower bound is the index of the first element of the array. Upper bound is the index of the last element of the array. For example, here my lower index is 0 and my upper index is 9. And what is this? This is my array of size 10. My array size is 10 here. Fine. Lower index is 0, upper index is 9. Fine. And what is the size of the data? Size of the data is depend on the data type. If we consider it as an integer type, integer size is either 2 byte or 4 byte based on the compiler. If I tell you we are using 64-bit compiler, that means integer size is 4 byte. So my array size will be 10 multiply 4 equal to 40 bytes. This is my array size. Fine. Okay. Next question. The element double array 7 is which element of the array? Fine. Double is a data type of the array. Name is array itself, and we want to know which index it represents. 6th, 7th, 8th, none of these. Answer is 8th. Answer is 8th. Why 8th? Because we start from 0. Fine. So our first element of the array, let me show you again. So our first element of the array is represented by 0th index. Our third element of the array is represented by second index. So here 7th element will represent 8th element. Fine. Okay. Array index in C language always start from 0. That's why array of, if I write ARR of I, that means my element is I plus 1. Fine. Okay. How many successive memory locations each large enough to contain single integer does the C declaration int b 100 reserve? Notice what it is saying, memory locations. Fine. So now you might be thinking, sir, answer should be 200 because many of time or 16-bit compiler, my integer size is 2. So answer should be 100 multiplied by 2, that is 200 byte. No. It is not asking about the size of the array. It is asking about how many memory locations, successive memory locations, that means contiguous memory location. And it is saying that memory location is large enough to store the integer. That means it is just asking about the memory location. Fine. Not the size of the location. So answer should be 100. Answer should be 100. So it is int b 100 will create an array of 100 consecutive blocks of integer. Array index value will be 0 to 99. Total size of the array is 100 multiplied by size of int. I have not written 2 or 4 because it will depend on the compiler. Fine. If we are using 16-bit compiler, so our size will be 200 bytes. If we are using 32 or 64-bit compiler, in that case our size will be 400 bytes. In question, they are asking just about consecutive memory location, not the answer in bytes. So answer is 100 successive memory location. Okay. So that is the last question I am going to solve today. Fine. What will happen if in a C program you assign a value to an array element whose subscript exceed the size of the array? That means suppose you are declaring array int a of 5. Fine. You are declared int a of 5 and then you are writing a of 10 equal to 50. Our array index value will be 0 to 4, not even 5. But here I am trying to access a of 10. Fine. So what will happen? The element will set to 0. The compiler would report an error. The program may crash if some important data get overwritten. The array size would appropriately grow. So what will happen? Look, our C compiler doesn't check boundaries of array. So this is not possible. It is also not possible. And array size cannot be changed. So it is not possible. Answer is C. Program may crash if some important data get overwritten. Fine. So if we use an array index that is out of bound, that means we are going outside the boundary. Like in our previous example, my array size is 5. That means lower bound is 0, upper bound is 4. But I am trying to access array of 10. In that case, what will happen? There will no compile time error. Program will run successfully. But there is no guarantee that correct result. C don't provide any specification which deals with the problem of accessing invalid index, which is called undefined behavior, so program might crash because of it. Fine. I hope you guys understood what can you expect from RRB JE, specifically in the C language. In future, we are going to discuss more of the subject. I think every week we have 2 sessions for RRB JE Computer Science, and you can participate in those sessions, but I would also suggest you to purchase our course. It will help you to prepare for RRB JE, crack the exam in very limited time, because you need particular guidance to crack particular exam. Fine. Every exam is different. GATE is different, IE is different, ISRO is different, BARC is different, RRB JE is different. Fine. Many of the people I have seen which have cleared the ISRO written, I am not talking about the interview, which have cleared the ISRO written, but they are not successful in the RRB JE written. They have depth of knowledge, but the preparation strategy for RRB JE is completely different than other exams. So again, I would suggest you follow our course, purchase our course. We have launched the book also. So you can purchase our book as well, or online course as well. Fine. All the best, guys. All the very best. Prepare hard, work hard, and crack the job.